President Biden is still playing the blame game on inflation and why prices continue to skyrocket. Watch.
Because of the pandemic, we had significant disruptions in the supply chain. Second big reason for inflation is Vladimir Putin. Big part of that reason is Putin began amassing troops along the border and then crossed. Make no mistake, the current spike in gas prices is largely the fault of Vladimir Putin.
Joining me right now is Arkansas Congressman French Hill. He is a member of the Financial Services Committee. Congressman, it's great to have you today. Thanks very much. Do you agree with that? I mean, President Biden has been trying to sell his Build Back Better plan for about a year after that $1.9 trillion spending plan. You look at where inflation started spiking. It was after the COVID relief package. What do you say?
You're right, Maria. Good morning. Glad to be with you. This is more nonsense from President Biden. The origins of this overwhelming 40-year high in consumer inflation and in producer inflation is a result of three things. First, an overly accommodative monetary policy that started in the pandemic 2 years ago, but we never tapered after people got back to work and reopened the economy in the fall of 2020. We kept buying treasuries. We kept interest rates at zero. Secondly, Biden's terrible fiscal policies, which is just how much borrowed money can we spend for untargeted issues. So think about it. We did $5 to $6 trillion in the CARES Act in 2020. We had $1 trillion not spent, and then Joe Biden has spent $2 trillion in American Rescue, $2 trillion in infrastructure, and proposes to spend $5 trillion more. No wonder we don't have raging, out of control inflation on top of those supply chain issues he notes.
I mean, is there anything you can do about it? You know, Joe Manchin was one of the senators that stopped any more spending. Does this administration want to continue to try to push through portions of the Build Back Better plan, even with 40-year high inflation?
Of course. He spent most of his State of the Union speech talking about Build Back America
That's
Better.
right.
We changed the name, and it's the same old junk that Congress doesn't support. He needs to work with Republicans on unleashing American energy, get our prices down here, and help our allies in Europe.
Yeah, it's a great point. Let me get your take, Congressman, on this no vote for Biden's top banking regulator nominee. Senator Joe Manchin yesterday confirming he's a no vote for the Fed's top banking regulator nominee, Sarah Bloom Raskin, writing this: the Federal Reserve Board is not an institution that should should politicize its critical decisions. Democrats now need the support of at least one Republican to confirm her. Congressman, do you think she's going to get it?
I don't. I saw late yesterday where I believe Susan Collins has also agreed that she does not support the nomination for the Fed. And look, this is a very tough position the Fed's in. We need people who are focused on price stability, and experienced people have that as the core mission. I believe that the Fed is getting ready to enter a very touchy phase. And we need people who are nominated who believe in price stability and not politicizing the Fed and having it going off fighting climate change or racial inequity.
Yeah, here, too, it was the climate change agenda. That was the priority for this administration. We see that keep coming up. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for weighing in on all of that. All right, we'll see you soon. French Hill in D.C.